everyone. It's so great to see these new Canva additions that they just updated the other day. And just yesterday, if you were able to get onto Canva and in their homepage, if you clicked on, I want to say it says For You icon. See, mine's done. But if you clicked on the For You, which is right here icon 7 times, the first million would get to use these Canva updates that they just presented. So if that's still available, do try it. Here I am on the Canva for Education, and I wanted to try some of these features that would make it a little bit more like PowerPoint or Google Slides. One of the things that we are challenged by with Canva is that you can't put the audio excerpts onto the screen, and you still can't do that. However, I think now really I can do a little bit better using Canva and video excerpts as audio, and to be able to put it one at a time on the screen. So here's what I mean by that. I'm going to go into present mode and show you what I mean and then how I did this. So if I was going to introduce Peter and the Wolf, characters, instruments, and excerpts. So I'm going to go here and we're going to one by one see the character come onto the screen. Then it will play the excerpt. You can pause it. Let's look at another one. Grandpa. Excerpt. So as you can see, I'm controlling how each item goes onto the screen one by one, and I can click or just ignore that excerpt and go to the next one. So I'm controlling all aspects. I can play and pause them, bring them in one by one, and I'm using a blur effect, as you might be able to see. There's our blur effects right there. And then the next slide, I just take the little animated characters out, put up the words, and still the excerpts are there. But this time, instead of using graphics, these are photos with background removers. So it's more of the actual instrument. And again, all the excerpts are showing up on the screen one by one. Now, how did I do this, and how did the new additions to Canva help me do this? So what I did is, I'm going to show you here. I started with just a plain background, as you can tell, like a background that I found just by looking through elements. I think I wrote in, probably it will say here what I wrote in and what I was looking for, but it was really just like a nice background. And then I started adding in these elements. So if you've noticed, this is the newer look of Canva. And when I'm clicking elements, it now you can click it closed, but when you do start clicking on elements, now you have a floating menu, and when you need more items, you can just click over here and it all goes to the right side. So as many people were saying who were showing in their videos, it's decluttering the screen and letting you use more space. But exactly how was I able to project one image at a time? That's actually something new in Canva, which I am thrilled about. So what I did was I clicked on the image I wanted and I went to animate. Right here, you can appear on click. So if you click that, appear on click, and there's new ones. Blur in is new. There's a few new ones over here, which is kind of cool. I decided to use blur in. So it blurs in like that. And then the click order will show you the order of the animations. So I was starting to do that. He was first, Peter was first. The only little quirk I noticed was if I grouped Grandpa with the bassoon, it threw off the click order. I'm not sure why. So I stopped grouping them and just let them come in individually as I showed you. Now that's one way to do it, right? You put it in present mode and now they are clicking onto the screen in the order that you have chosen. You could not do that before this update. We still don't have the ability to add the audio file onto the screen, individual audio files. Wouldn't that be awesome? It would be. We don't have the ability. So what did I do? I uploaded some of these video files that have like the violins and things like that. So if I was grabbing, let's say, the bassoon, right? I click them onto the screen. We'd make it shorter, and what did I do? I layered it. So I put him behind the grandpa, went over to position, and layered him behind that first picture I put on. So what was that one? That was the element of the sky and the grass and the trees. You can see all these elements I did in this. And I put it behind. So now you can't see it, but it's going to give you that play button. And again, I animated it. Now that isn't up here on the floating toolbar. So you have to hit this and go into animation. And then I animate. I don't even think I said anything. All I just did was say click, appear on click, and then make sure that it's in the right order. So now when I go into present mode, you see Peter, and then I didn't put the video in yet. And now the video is there, and then you can play it. Now notice it played right away. I didn't want that to happen. So let's go into the position to go find this video. I did not want it to play back like that. So I clicked that off. Why do I do that? Because then I can control the playback. I think that's really important when you're trying to put these video files up on screen to act like audio files. So that worked out really well, and it fixed that. Here were some other things that are new in Canva that I loved. Notice that this is all one big element. Let me see if it shows you which one I use. I don't think it did, but this background is one element. But I wanted to break up this element so that the wolf is outside the fence. So how did I do that? I clicked on the element and I went over into edit. I love that background remover now is default right up there, because I can't tell you how many times in this one I would bring in something and immediately go to that background remover. But here what I did is I clicked edit. Then when I clicked it, I went over to magic grab. So let's say I wanted to move these rocks. I could click on them and grab it, or I could use the brush tool and find this one right here that I want to brush, and then grab it. Why does that help me? Because now I can layer items. It's like I'm breaking up this so I can layer things in front and behind. And when I can do that, then I can bring other elements in and layer them and position them. But now I can show you I can position that in any way I like. So if I want it to be behind something instead of in front of it, I can move that in whichever way I feel like moving it. So if I wanted it behind the timpani, I put it right there. And then the timpani should be in front of it. Them all. So it's really cool that now you can grab a photo that you want, like somewhere in the elements, like I think I just put in outside. Yep. You can grab it, okay, have it fit the screen, fill it all up, and say you wanted to remove this tree. Totally can go into edit and grab it, and then you can move that tree to wherever you want in there or just get rid of it. So this is my workaround. Does it take a little bit of time? It does. But until they're going to allow us to put audio files on the screen, this is a nice workaround, and it's working really well for me. So I just wanted to share that with you. These new Canva tools, there's a whole lot more. They did a whole bunch of things with docs and other things as well. Check it out all over YouTube. You'll find it. And again, if you are lucky enough that they still are allowing you to jump into this new Canva update, all you have to do is right here, it's going to say for you, click it 7 times. If you're under 1 million, one of the first million to do that, you will get the chance to start using this new updated version of Canva. So I hope this helps you out today and kind of gives you some ideas for how to use it in your classroom.